Am I getting a bad feed here? I think I might have to start my phone all over again. Look at my eyebrows. I got them microbladed yesterday. So they are a little bit dark right now, but they're going to get better. I feel like this is not a really good feed right now. I feel like I'm moving slowly from side to side. If you guys can let me know, that would be great. And then I will just start the video over again. Gee, look at my eyebrows. Look how dark they look. But I love them. I love the shape. I went for my eyebrow microblading about, looks perfect. Who's that? Donnell. Oh my gosh, let me get my glasses. Hold on, guys. Hey, Vero. Vero. Hold on one second, guys. Table's going to shake a little bit. I have Noche here with me today. Noche, lay down. Don't shake the table more than what it needs to be. Hold on, I'm going to get my glasses. Stay. Stay. So today I am at Cheers Bar. My whole day got turned around, but I'm not complaining because it's usually God's way of remaining anonymous and saying, girl, the plans in a person's heart are nothing until I unfold them. So that's what happened today. I was supposed to go to an AA meeting. I'll let you guys know about that right now. And then after that, I was supposed to go film condominiums in Cabarete. They're being brand newly built. The owner contacted me yesterday and he's like, Cerise, I want you to come on over and video and I want you to, make sure that we get some people in there. And you know what? He gave me suggestion. Well, he allowed me to suggest how much he can charge for rent. So it's not going to be like $900 for a 2-bedroom condo near the beach. You know that. I'm going to make it economical for you guys, like, $650 and probably like $675, $700 with furniture, 2-bedroom, brand newly built condo, just close to the beach, not the main beach in Cabarete. But so okay, so a little bit of updates. I went yesterday for microblading in Plata, and then I was hanging out with a few ladies, and time just went on. I took 2 ladies to the clinic there so a woman can get her eyebrows microbladed, and then my other friend could get a little bit of lady work done. And before I knew it, I got home after 7. My cell phone the juice was gone and I was tired. So thank you so much for joining me, you guys, right now. Thanks for hitting that like button, and also thanks for going with the time today, because I originally said 3 o'clock and now here I am. So with the alcohol, so I went to one meeting last Saturday, and after that I haven't been to another meeting. The Tuesday one I couldn't go to because I was busy in Plata, and then today was supposed to be a meeting, but I just explained that. Well, actually, Thursday was supposed to be a meeting, and I went to it, but I got there an hour early because I was like, let me go and read a book. I haven't read a book in quite a while, and I really love reading. So I was like, let me go read a book and chill and relax. And I got to the church. It was New Life Church, and I got to the church, and there were no signs saying any AA or anything. So if you guys go there, and it starts at 4:30, Tuesdays and Thursdays, up in La Mulata, it is the school, okay? And it's going to say New Life Church, but it's not a church. The church is inside the school, I guess. Well, I left that meeting because I didn't want to just sit around and wait for people if it was the wrong location, and I went straight home. In the last week, I had 1 glass of wine. I want to keep it real with you guys, and that was yesterday when I was out in Puerta Plata with a couple of the ladies, and 1 glass of wine. It was fine. I didn't want any more, and I do want to keep it real. I think I traumatized myself last week getting drunk and not knowing how I got home. And then I was like, no. And sometimes I have the tendency to, be a Sagittarius and also make light of things brighter than what they need to be. I mean, I'm not an extremist, but I think I can do without 3 meetings a week. I'm so busy all the time anyway. And so God gave me the opportunity today to just be with myself and center. I'm at Cheers right now. And you guys, look at what I'm drinking. Water with a certain kind of sour orange in it. Tastes very good. A woman just walked by behind the camera, and wow, does she ever smell good. I can still smell her, and she's all the way over there. I gotta ask her what perfume she's gonna sit down with her friends. She comes back over. I gotta ask her what that perfume is. I love perfume. So we're going to be speaking about ladies today, and that is actually the reason why I'm even talking about this topic today. It's been 3 years since I've been here, and from my perspective, I think I can give a fair analysis on the type of men that come here. And a lot of people ask me, Cerise, why are you still single? There's men coming left and right. And there are, but some of them are pimps, some of them are simps, and some of them are predators. And there's very few kings that come and just hang around, right? Because they're all looking for something different. But this video is not about kings, okay? I would not even put them in the same category. Hola. Oh, noche tranquila. Tranquila noche. Gustavo just showed up. Hold on, guys. Let me give him a hug. Hola, amor. How are you?
Fine.
You good? You have your motorcycle?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
I call you many times for being
Maybe we can go for a ride later. I have Noche today, but I'll take her home, or maybe tomorrow. Are you working tomorrow?
Yeah, in the morning.
Okay.
In the afternoon, I don't do nothing.
All right.
So you have a lot of things.
Are you okay taking me on your motor? You can have a person on behind. But
yeah. I have
sure now.
Listen, before,
I saw you on the street. You didn't look too sturdy. You looked like you were shaking. I'm only joking. I'm joking. Yo broma.
Car, motorcycle, the bike of my life.
No, I can tell. Nice helmet.
Yeah.
You look good. I'm proud of you.
So what about
my client?
You say in the Infinity.
Yes, I will send you her phone number and you can talk to her, okay? And you can do Spanish lessons with her. Okay, I'm working right now. I'm on a live to air. My topic today is controversial. I'm going to be talking about...
No drink, no.
No drink? No, alcohol, look at I'm drinking water. No alcohol. You're having a beer. Good for you. Relax. Chill out. Okay, so let's talk about that after I get off my live to air, okay? Noche tranquila. Noche loves you. She's trying to get her hellos in. Sorry about that interruption, guys. No, tranquila. She's shaking the table. Hold on. I'm going to see some of these messages. Okay, I have been doing so much work lately. It is amazing. Okay, oh wow, look at all these messages here. Donnell Williams looks perfect. Vero, hey girl, hey Vero. Deborah Smith, hi beautiful, blessings to you. Hi Deborah, blessings to you too, sweetheart. Jackson Jeter, kaboom. Guess who stepped in the room? I don't know. Who? Tell me. Hey JJ. Mustafa, love watching your videos. Thank you, Mustafa. That really means a lot to me. Luis Flores, I think I will go to the DR for 5 or 6 months. Yay. Do I still have to pay a deposit even if I pay my rent in advance? That's a very good question, but I would say never pay your rent in advance. Okay, just don't. So many things happen. You have to come here and, you may have to change those plans. You never know what's going to happen in your life. You never know what's going to happen around the world, especially right now. So it's best to pay your deposit. It's only the equivalent of 1 month's rent. You pay that. It's like paying your first and last month's rent. And then you just go month to month. You don't have to sign a lease when you work with me. And you can stay here as long as you want with the option to extend your stay in the apartment if you love it. And then if you want to stay longer, you might even want to ask me to ask the landlord to take your rent down by 25 bucks or something like that, right? So don't jump the gun paying in advance thinking that it's better for any of you guys around the world. Never do that when you go anywhere. You don't know what your life is going to be like in a few months from now. Now, I do know someone that did pay their rent with me in advance, and that's totally fine if you do want to do that. And he got a discount by 50 bucks. So if you do want to do that, that's too. But yes, you do have to pay the deposit still, because that is to guard the landlord against anything when you leave. Okay? So that was a really great question, though. All right. Let's see. We have Living Life Golden. Living Life like Golden. Yeah. Hi from Sharon. Hey, twin. How you doing? Uh, Also, Miss Beach Mornings. Yes, I've been so busy with the beach mornings. I haven't, but I know Noche has been missing it. So that's why I'm glad God gave me a day with Noche today and canceled everything I was supposed to do. And here I am at Cheers Bar. I came here to get a bite to eat and bate and bring Noche around everyone that she does know. She has not had my attention for the whole entire, I would say, week. And I wasn't home one day to just chill with her. And, she really missed me. And I noticed it really affected her too, because she started to lay under the couch instead of chilling in bed with me. So, yes, I will start getting back to those mornings. She's going to shake the table in a second. All right. Horace. Hi, how you doing? The cost of living is what attracts me to the DR. I would like to come down soon. Most flights are blocked up until December. All that other stuff is just a bonus. Huh. Till December. Whoa, guys, we're going to be getting into some serious topics later on after this. Hold on. Terry Peters, love your videos. Thank you. You're coming to visit soon. Oh, welcome. Rafael Gomez, hola. This lady is pretty awesome. Thank you. I paid him to say that on WhatsApp just like 5 minutes before this video started. David Rich, hey, beautiful. Hope all is well. Hey, David. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. And yes, all I can see are my eyebrows, but I love them because the shape is good. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are looking for laser hair removal, I don't do laser hair removal, but I just found out yesterday that this place does it. If you guys are looking for like Botox, filler, eyebrow microblading, fake eyelashes. I don't have fake eyelashes, but it's available all at this one place in Puerta Plata. So I would encourage you guys, if you are up on keeping yourself healthy and you like taking care of yourself and pampering yourself, let me know. I will get you an appointment with Angela. Okay, so my topic today is pimps, simps, and predators. I like that title. I'm like, yes. Where did I come up with that one? And then I was like, no, I can't do it because it's not really a proper title. But then I was like, yes, I can do it because I'm allowed. I've been here for 3 years and over 3 years now, and I've met a lot of men, and I deal with a lot of men. Now, I just want to say right here, before I go in on this, breaking it down and what I feel, I want you guys to know that I don't judge. I'm not trying to expose you. That's not what I'm trying to do, or judge you at all. That's not what I'm trying to do. I just find it really interesting, like how I've seen the different groups of what goes on here. And I just thought I would share with you my perspective. You might fit into one of these categories. You might not. You might be a king. And if you're a king, you might want to exit the video right now if you already know what a king is and you're top notch. But you might just want to listen in anyway, just to see what I think about. Well, not think about, but how I categorize everybody else. Now, again, if you do find yourself in one of these categories and you see me on the beach and I quick time notice that you're in one of these categories, I don't care. I really don't. You're not paying my bills. I'm not paying your bills. Neither one of us should care much. But I just want to tell you what we see as observers, right? Here comes this girl. I got to ask her a perfume. Amor, tu perfume is muy bonito. Tu olar. Tu perfume? Oh, es muy bonito. ¿Qué,
Gracias.
qué nombre es tu perfume? Nombre para tu perfume.
De mi perfumes. Ah, no me sé el nombre todo bien, porque es en inglés.
English? Tu hablas? Oh, it's in English. You don't know the name of it. Oh, it smells so good. Hola, come say hi para mi gente en mi canal de YouTube.
Hola, hola, hola. ¿Cómo están?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Daily, mi nombre de artista Daily.
Daidi. Okay, ¿tú vives aquí?
Ya, yo tengo un canal de YouTube también.
Sí, ¿tú tienes canal de YouTube? ¿Qué nombre? Okay, ¿qué es nombre para tu canal? She has a channel too, guys. Gosh, does she ever smell good? Okay, so as she's finding her channel, we are going to see the way God works. Like, she just smells good, and I called her over, and now we can do some promotion for her channel. I love helping people. That's one thing I've been really noticing about myself this week. Okay, Faline and Darlene.
Yeah.
Is you and your friend? Tu amiga?
Yo y mi tía.
Tutia.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's her channel and her aunt's channel. And she is Darlene. It's like spelled like Darlene and Faline. Okay? Bueno. ¿Y qué tú hablas en tu channel? Tu canal?
Novela.
¿Ah?
Novela.
Novela. ¿Qué es novela?
Capítulos. Capítulo 1, 2, 3. ¿Me entiendes? Novelas. ¿Tú no entiendes? Novela.
Is totals in French and francais?
No, creo.
Creole. Oh, okay. Guys, if you are Haitian and you know Creole, join in. All right. Yo necesito aprendo Creole. Creo. Is no en Duolingo. Creole is no en Duolingo.
¿Es lindo? Sí, es.
¿Tú sabes Duolingo? Application para cell phone, para celular?
¿Sí que?
Duolingo. No, tú no sabes.
¿Qué es lindo?
Duolingo is application en celular.
Traducción. Sí, sí.
Sí, translation, sí, pero ok, más tarde yo hablo contigo y nosotros hablamos.
Ok, entonces.
Oh, mi número, hold on. Mi nombre es Francois. Is Cerise. Okay, darling. Gracias, amor. Okay, guys. So here's another vlogger right here. I think it's beautiful for us all to support each other in this wonderful small town of Sosua. And now I'm going to be getting into the topic very shortly. But again, I just want to say, please don't take this personally. And also, don't let it come between business. Okay.
Okay, well, there you go. Okay,
Bye-bye, sweetheart. Isn't she beautiful? Young girl with a YouTube channel. And this is what I am really encouraging these days. The young girls here doing, making waves because they can. But I'm from Canada. For those of you who are just joining me and you don't know my channel, welcome. I'm from Canada, and there's a lot of opportunities for the young ladies in Canada. And I notice here that there are opportunities as well, but they are now increasing even more with the world closing down. And the reason why, which seems like an oxymoron, right? It seems like the world's closing down. Then how is a developing country developing and continuing to strive? It's because a lot of people from around the world are now coming here. I want to say shouts out to Anthony. He is a Facebook friend of mine, and he lives in Montreal. And he's like, Cerise, never before in my life have I ever thought about selling everything off and getting to the Dominican Republic to live the rest of my days out. Because that is one thing that you guys can do right now before the prices go through the roof. I got to tell you, the rent increases have been crazy. So I got my hands on lately a few apartments that are $450 a month long term, and I am so proud of those apartments. Again, Dominican owners, it is usually foreigners that rip off foreigners and that will charge you for those apartments. I put 2 apartments up last week, both of them 450. I could have let those go at 600 each and still gotten some type. I could have taken a large commission for myself on those apartments, right? Over $200. But why do that to you guys when I know you guys are coming here to really relax and get to know this country? And that's what I want you to do. And that's what I want to help do here. I'm trying to build an economy here, not single-handedly. All us vloggers are doing that. But we're trying to provide a platform for you guys to come here and build off. It really excites me. It makes me so satisfied when you guys contact me and you're like, Cerise, I've been here for like 3 months and I've been just living off your videos. Like everywhere you go, people you introduce on your channel, I've been meeting, and it's really helped me get settled in. And I got goosebumps, but it's those types of messages that I receive that I really adore. All right, without any further ado, I apologize. We're already 20 minutes into the video, and you guys know how my battery always cuts out. I need to get a new phone because my phone only charges with a wireless charger, and that means I have to lay my phone down flat when it's charging, and I obviously can't do that on a live to air. So, all right, pimps, simps, and predators. I would say, honestly, and some of you guys are going to disagree with this, and that's all what this is about, right? But here I find there's more predators, not pedophiles. Huge difference. Okay, so let's not put that word in there, but predators, and that there's a lot of them. I'll get to them. They're just a little bit off on their own. Pimps are actually the ones that I appreciate, believe it or not. But I'm not talking about a pimp that puts a woman on the street and lives off the avails. I'm not talking about that. That's not going on here. Here, the women do it themselves. It's a business, and they are independent women, and they make up their own schedule and they do their own thing. So they don't have anybody, as far as I know. I mean, there's obviously chulos, they call them, and stuff like that. But for the most part, the women are independent entities here. They do their own thing. So when I say pimp, it's slang for, like the 50 Cent song back in the day, right? If I can just keep it real like that. Okay, so let's start from pimp. Okay, so a pimp. I just want you to put the appearance inside of your head. He looks good. He smells good. He knows how to dress. He has really nice watch on, maybe a nice necklace. He looks like he's chill. He might wear some linen, but his clothes look good and he's on point. He's probably intelligent. Not probably, usually very intelligent, whether it's street smarts. Most times it is street smarts, and there's nothing wrong with that because I have street smarts. But he's not only street smarts, he's got his own hustle going on, a real good hustle. Now, that doesn't mean that he's doing illegal things. He could be in cryptocurrency. At the same time, he could be running, Airbnbs. At the same time, he could be having a car rental business or whatever. But his thing is, when it comes to women, he's not paying for anything because he knows that he's treating the women good anyway without getting anything. If you get what I mean. So, first of all, let me just preface this video by saying why I even came up with this topic. The other day, I was in Los Charamicos. This is actually quite sad, but I'm not going to cry. But my heart is drenched with tears. So I was said I wasn't going to cry. So I was in Los Charamicos, and there were 2 little girls. I call them little girls. I'm 49. So there was a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old, and they were sitting on the side of the road. And the 20-year-old was waiting for her motor concho. And they were talking back and forth in Spanish and everything. And the motor concho showed up. The motor concho's talking to the 20-year-old, and he's saying, okay, I'm here, your man sent me. Now, the man that sent her is, I don't know if he was a predator or a simp. I have no clue, but he sent a motor concho for the 20-year-old. And the 20-year-old got up and she was all excited. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy. This guy's going to pay me a lot of money. He has a villa. And then she bent down and she looked at the 17-year-old and she said, I am making changes for you to start making more money when you are in the street. This girl, the 20-year-old, is a working girl. The 17-year-old girl looked at the 20-year-old girl and said, thank you. I interrupted and I said, no, you're making changes so the 17-year-old doesn't have to be in the streets. And then the 20-year-old looked at me and she said, Verdad, truth. She said, that's right. I'm making changes now so I can provide for my children, because the 17-year-old was a babysitter for the 20-year-old's child. And she said, this is true. I'm making money so I can put my daughter through school, and the 17-year-olds, this woman here, will see what I'm doing and follow, and she'll go to school, right? So it becomes like a way of life, a certain mentality, right? And so this 20-year-old ended up crying right there in front of me. Tears came to her eyes and she gave me a hug and she said, thank you. And she said, I don't want to do this. And I said, you know what? I know that. And then she started to tell me that the man that she's going to see at that moment, she's like, oh my gosh, she's, like, I don't want to say what she said about him, because that's not the point of the story. I don't want you guys to feel like they're laughing behind your back. They're not. She just said this is not a man that she would choose to lay down with and give her body to. And, so that was one thing. And then it made me think, the different men that come here and that I see, some guys don't want to give money at all. Some guys actually talk about it on the internet to everyone around the world, saying, don't pay the women for their vaginas. Only pay a certain amount. And they know full well that these women here are beautiful from their head down to their toes. Dominican women are beautiful. You may not find women as beautiful as them around the world. They have wonderful bodies. They have tiny shoulders. They have like great tiny waists and then nice bottom. You guys know that. That's why you come here. And then you want to squabble about getting that type of woman and only pay them $20 for a roll in the hay. And you don't see how that sounds to other people around the world. What you're doing is you're telling people that you're broke and that you come here to have cheap sex. That's how it comes off to people when you talk about it. If you're getting a woman for $40, then that's cool. Keep it on WhatsApp, underground groups, But what you're doing is you're doing something positive, actually. I mean, you may think that you are helping men come here to get cheap intercourse as well, but what you're doing is you're changing the face of Sosua by making the president look at it and be like, what? You're paying our people only $20 for, or $40 or $50 for a roll in the hay? And I understand all the sides. I understand you guys want to come here and get cheap sex, because you know what? It's like a playground when you come here and you have a choice of so many different women every single night. Right? And you don't want to be paying $50 here and $50 there. And some of you guys want to try 5 women in one night. Right? Am I right? I've heard the stories. And you don't want to be paying all that much money because you can get away with it here. But I'm just saying, it's a little low class when you get angry at women for wanting to get more for something that's so sacred. And there was a guy, he said to a woman, he told her a price, and he's a guy that comes here all the time. I'm not going to call him out because I'm not going to do that. That's not what this video is about. But he's not the only one, and this happens often, and this is starting to get recognized. I was talking to a few politicians the other day, and this is starting to get recognized from some of the heavy hitters here in Sosua. And so this guy, he said to the girl, come on over. I'll pay you for your services. So she went and she agreed to $60. She got with him. At the end of it all, he gave her 500 pesos. Okay, $60 is 3,000 pesos. He gave her 10,000. He gave her 2,000. Sorry, $10, 5,000 pesos. And she looked at it and she's like, "What's this? You told me 3,000 pesos." And he said, "Yeah, I know." He's like, "But it's curfew right now, and he couldn't get to the bank. And so he told her to come back the next day, and he would pay for her motor concho and everything like that. When she came back the next day, he said he would give her more money as well. So not only would he pay for her transportation, he would pay for the night before, and he would give her extra money. She said no problem, no problem at all. She trusted this guy because he's well known here. And she went home. Okay. She returned the next day. Now he gave her 500 pesos. It took 100 pesos for her to get home on the motor concho. And then it took her 100 pesos to get back the next day. So that means she was left with 300 pesos. That's like roughly $6. He ripped her off. He left. He got on his airplane. When she got to his hotel, the hotel lobby people said he's gone. He just left like a few hours ago. She said, did he leave anything here at the front desk? No. That's heartbreaking. She had to buy diapers. She had to buy milk. And I think that's disturbing. That's a predator. And predators are everywhere here. Okay? They come here to save money on sex, and that's fine. You want to save money all around the world, but you can't be treating women like that. And I'm a woman, and I'm coming from a woman's perspective. And I'm like, if you have the opportunity to come here and be in a playground and have a lot of women at one time and enjoy yourself like that, why wouldn't you want to respect that vibe? Why wouldn't you want to put in a little bit more? I know you guys are working on a budget, a lot of you guys. I know that, and it's none of my business what you do on your free time. But people are watching. On the beach the other day, let me give you an example. Some predators have even tried to come up to me thinking that I'm going to play that game with them. And I just don't get involved in it. I cut them off quick. Like quick as look at you. I consider myself a queen. And I'm nobody's pauper. And when someone starts playing games or whatever, or they start showing signs of something, they're cut off quick. I have way too many options in my world. You know, so let me give you an example of a predator. Two of them, I'll give you two examples. I was on the beach the other day, and this tall white man that was overweight, greasy hair, sweat just dripping down, pants hanging off the back of his butt, looking like a plumber. If you're a plumber, I apologize. You know what I mean, plumber butt. I don't just mean plumber, the job. So he looked nasty, and he looked like he would have been a killer. Like, I watch a lot of true crime, and I looked at him and I'm like, that guy looks like he would kill someone. And so a Haitian girl, a young girl, was walking, and he was like, hey, and he leaned down into her face, and she went like, whoa. And she wasn't a working girl. She was a young girl walking along the beach on her way to a restaurant that she works at. And I know this girl. And then so she stopped and she looked at him. And so she's like, see? And he's like, oh, he's like, how much are you? And she was like, what? Again, she's not a working girl. And he said, how much are you? Just like that. And she said, I don't know. I don't know. I don't speak English. She does speak English, but she didn't want to be rude because she does work in a bar here. And if she's rude to any of the guests on the beach, then it will reflect badly on her job. And she relies on her job for her livelihood. So she kind of looked over at me, like as if to say, help me. Right. And then I said to him, I'm like, buddy, she's not available. And he's like, what do you mean she's not available? She's Haitian. And I'm like, excuse me? And he's like, what do you mean she's not available? Everyone's available at the right price. That's a predator. That's not a pimp. And that's not a simp. Now, simps I kind of respect, but I'm going to get to that. But that was a predator, and that was disturbing. And he was trying to give this woman a price. And he's like, come on, I'll give you $100. And she was like, no, thank you. She makes 200 pesos a day from pay, and then she takes home about 300 pesos a day on tips. It was not only disturbing to me, it was disturbing to the people that were all around, other people who are pimps and simps, and also other people who are foreigners. A Dominican man got up, and he said to the guy, please go. The guy didn't look drunk, or he wasn't belligerent or anything, but he just couldn't take no for an answer. And I thought that was a little bit off. It wasn't really correct. He shouldn't have done that. The same day, I was approached by someone. Now, this person noticed me from my channel, and he said, Cerise, what's up? How are you doing? Give me your number. Now, you guys all have my number, right? I put my number out there for you all. I have a private number, but I don't give that out to anyone at all. My son and one of my clients have it, right? And a friend, I just gave it to him the other day. But you guys all have my number. So I looked at him like, if you watch my channel, you should have my number. So anyway, I gave him my number. I went down on another part of the beach, and then he came to that part of the beach, and he's like, hey, I see you again. And I'm like, yeah. And then so he gave me a hug, and I gave him a hug back. But the hug was like a embrace where he was trying to flirt with me. It was obvious. This man is about 65 years old, which is not anything to me. I'm 49. I'll date an older man. I love older men. Always have all my life. But he tried to rap with me. He sat down beside me, and he's like, I'm going to be doing business here soon, and I would really like for you to do business with me, And he started to go in on, like, talking to me about business, talking to me about promotions, and he started showing me his house in America worth $2.5 million and trying to impress me. And okay, the house was beautiful. The house was great. Predators will try to impress you. And then, I'm looking at the photos, and then he's like, he can't get Google to show me the rest of the photos because he's pulling up the address of where his estate is located. And the Google wasn't working, and it wasn't pulling up. And I'm like, that's okay. I don't need to see it. And he's like, look on your phone. See if you can pull it up on your phone. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this man really wants to show me his assets. And I'm really not interested. It's not important. I'm not going to be easily impressed like that. Character impresses me more than money. So then he's like, okay, I got it. I got the restaurant to put Wi-Fi in his phone. I'm like, you know what? Just put Wi-Fi in your phone. At this point, I'm just like, oh my gosh, he's wasting my time. He's not even asking me about apartments. He's not even getting down to business. He's just assuming that I want him because he has money. He's getting it confused. I'm not one of these, airheaded foreigners, foreigners that are here. Sometimes they are easy to, I don't know, they're easy. Sometimes they are very vulnerable. Foreigners are vulnerable because the men that come here are not looking for foreigners. They're looking for, younger ladies. Anyway, I'm digressing. So finally he gets the internet and he starts showing me picture after picture, and then he starts giving me his story time, which I usually generally do love. I love it. But his story time went on longer than what it should. And then after about 45 minutes of talking, he started to get kind of flirty with me, which at this point too, I'm like, oh, maybe he's a nice looking man, 60, mid 60s, takes care of himself, definitely not a pimp, probably somewhat of a simp, but he's one of those predators that become simps. A predator can never be a pimp, and a simp can never be a pimp, and a pimp can never be a simp. A pimp can sometimes be a predator. I'm just breaking it down now. Okay. So now he starts talking to me and everything, and then he starts this flirting. And then I asked him, because I just sensed in my gut that he had a Dominican woman. I just sensed it. And so I said, because he started to tell me about his ex-wife and everything and all that, right? But he wasn't telling me about his woman here. So I said, and what about your girl here? And he opened his eyes and his tongue fell out of his mouth. And he probably thought to himself, oh, did Cerise see me with her? Because it's a small town, right? He probably thought that I was aware that he had a woman, but I was just assuming. And my assumption was right. And he's like, oh, she's not really my girlfriend. She's not important to me. She's not important to you? She's not really your girlfriend? So what is it? And he's like, I just, I give her money every now and again. She lives over there in the, like, I don't want to say where she lived, but she lives like in a Dominican community near Puerta Plata, not in Sosua. And he's like, you know, I throw her kids some money sometimes and I make sure her rent's paid. You make sure her rent is paid. Her rent is $100 a month, the community that she lives in. And you throw her kids some money. Like, what is that? And I just said to him, you know what? I can't. I can't. You have a $2.5 million home in America. You're trying to, it's so hard to get the internet on your phone. Why don't you even have internet on your phone, first of all, if you have a $2.5 million home? In any case, I said, I quickly cut him. And I said, oh, that's very nice that you have a Dominican family here. And he said, I don't have a family here. I have someone that I see here. And I said, well, it's very nice that you respect her. And he's like, well, and he shut his mouth up quick. And he's like, well, yeah, yeah. And he put his eyes down at the ground. And I was like, it was very nice meeting you. And he was like, well, I'm not married to her. And I'm like, it was, I know, but you know, like, it was really still nice meeting you. And then he was like, okay. And he got up and he left. He caught on quickly that I didn't respect what he was doing to that young girl, throwing her $100 a month, throwing her kids money. And then he thinks that's okay to come down here. She probably is excited about her future with this man. She's probably excited about thinking about him saving her and providing for her for a very long time. Meanwhile, he's just dipping in and dipping out and thinking that he can just throw her a couple of cookies every now and again. And he was so foolish. He didn't even want to listen to hardly anything. Anyway, that's another story. He wants to do business here, and he just has no clue how to treat the Dominicans at all in regards to making business here. And predators will do that all the time. So those are your predators. They will look for the cheapest vagina possible, and they will get the most prettiest woman possible. I was speaking to a handful of working women the other day, and they said they're sick and tired of getting paid peanuts. So once Sosua starts building up really nicely, and once everything starts getting in its proper order, these women are going to start charging more. And the men that come here and get upset and cause problems for the Dominicans here because they do want to be paid more for their intimacy are either going to find themselves into deep problems, or they're going to have to choose another part of the island to go to, not Sosua, where the women are more expensive. You know, I always say that predators will always be here no matter what. They're trying to get rid of that nightlife here, but that's not going to happen. The women will always be here, and I think that women should be able to do what they want with their bodies, and they should be able to make money off their bodies if that's what they find is good for them. I don't hate on it at all. But now, okay, those are your predators. And I'm sorry if you're watching this and you've made your videos about getting cheap vagina and you think I'm talking about you or targeting you. I'm not. I'm just saying, think about how other people around the world are watching that and how it just kind of looks low class and like you're broke. And why wouldn't you want to spend something nice on intimacy? Right? I don't know. But again, on the other side, I understand you guys have a lot of options when you come here. You only have 7 days and you have like all these women in front of you and you're like, that one's pretty, that one's pretty, that one's pretty. And then, you know, you get her home and, you know, she's not what you thought she was in the bedroom. And so you just want to pay her $20 and then you want to get back out in the street again and go pick the other one that you saw. I get that 100%. But at the same time, you have to realize that there's a culture of children watching the older ones get paid pennies for sacrificing their dignity. And then it kind of trickles down. And I know you don't want to destroy a whole culture. And I know you wouldn't want your daughters or your sisters or your mothers being treated like that. And I think you do have to look at that mirror image, you know? And so there are a lot. I live in Los Charamicos, for those of you who don't know, and it is a Dominican neighborhood. And so I speak to a lot of the women and men. And the people that live in Los Charamicos, all they do is go across the beach, and they're here in El Bate, Sosua. Los Charamicos is in Sosua, and so is El Bate. And when they come across here to the tourist part of town, they are working in bars, they're working in Airbnb, some of them are maids, some of them are, cooks, some of them are working girls, right? Some of them are motor controls, some of them are taxi drivers, and they all talk amongst themselves. And I'm privileged, and I say privileged because they do accept me, and I get in on the information as well. And I hear a lot of stuff that's being said about the gringo men, that's the foreigner men, and more specifically, the predators. Now, the simps, let me just talk about the simps for a minute. For those of you who don't know what simp means, I just learned what it meant this year. I'm pretty sure it's a new terminology in the last couple of years, probably no longer than that. And a simp is pretty much someone who is a sucker for a woman. And there are a lot of predators here that turn into simps. You know, they come here looking for a lot of women, and then once some people are over there laughing. So once the predators get here, they fall in love sometimes. You know, they find that cheap sex, and then they find more, and then they find more, and then finally they find that woman that's really good in the bedroom. And then they're like, oh my gosh, I love her. And then they get with her. And then the predator falls in, and, you know, he's cheap to begin with, right? Remember, he's trying to look for cheap vagina. So how is he supposed to keep that queen? How is he supposed to keep her? And that's it. Most of the women here, they are queens. They will treat you so amazingly well. So how is he supposed to keep that queen if he was already trying to just get her for $40, right? And then he goes back to where he comes from, and he doesn't live here. And, you know, she's obviously going to go out and look for more money somewhere. And then he gets taken advantage of. So he thinks, but he may not have either one. There's always other reasons. One, he's just cheap. Two, he just doesn't have the financial background or the financial ability to pay for her. Most women here, they do want to be put in a villa. They do want to make sure that their man can afford a nice home with a pool. And they don't want their man to move in the hood with them, right? And that's okay too, but most women, they want you to take them out of the hood. You know, spend like $300-400 a month on rent, where it may be in Sosua or somewhere where they're going to feel more comfortable. When I tell the ladies that I live in Los Charamicos in the hood, their eyes go to the back of their head. They're like, voluntarily? Like, you live in the hood voluntarily? You don't have to? But I mean, I hit it, fortunately, because I have a really nice modern apartment. And my landlord, he's a great guy. And so where I live, it's just like if it was here. The only difference is that, I have the opportunity to live in amongst the locals. So when I say Los Charamicos, a lot of people think that I'm living in La Piedra and a broken down shack. And that's not the case. So a lot of the Dominicans, they say, you know, why don't you live in Sosua? That's where better life is. This is what they think. But it's only because, you know, you always think the grass is greener on the other side. Now, they do want their men to put them in a really nice apartment. They're not asking for $1 million villas. They're really not. They just want you to upgrade them a little bit. And a lot of the predators do not want to upgrade a woman at all. Not at all. They're not even into it for that. And then simps, they really do want to upgrade their women. They do. But the ones that cannot upgrade their women, they end up getting hurt. And the reason why is because the women do find someone else to upgrade them. These women are beautiful. They have a lot of options here. And the men that come, whether they're pimps, simps, or predators, these men are looking for these women. And so, you know, when you go home and, you know, you could be sending your woman $200-300 a month, but she could make a lot more than that on the street. And then there's always another man that's going to upgrade her more than you can. So don't get mad at the women. If your woman, you know, if you gut her on the streets and she still has to provide for herself. A lot of you guys ask me, where can you find a good woman? All over. Okay, some people think you have to go to the countryside to find a good country woman. No, the working girls here are good women too. They're queens as well, right? But you do have to build with them. If you are a person that lives here with your woman full time, that's a different story. um, you're with her all the time and you're providing for her. She has a fridge full of food. She has a roof over her head, and she's living with you in your nice apartment. She has air conditioning, and she also has a washer, and she also has probably a pool on the premises if you have a pool. She feels good. She feels fortunate. So she's not going to cheat on you and look for something better. I was speaking to a woman the other day, and she said, Cerise, I really love this guy, but he's weak. He doesn't have any, he's not a man. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I gave up everything for him. She was on the streets, and she was a working girl, and she said she gave up everything for him, and she decided to be with him, but she's not attracted to him any longer. She thought he had more. He told her he had more than what he does have, and he told her, don't worry, his mom's gonna die soon. This was horrible when she told me this part of the story. His mom's going to die soon, and he's going to get an inheritance, and when she dies, he's going to buy a big home here and everything like that. So she was banking on that, thinking his mom was going to die, and mom didn't die yet. And so she's getting tired of it. He moved in with her. She has no air conditioning, and all she does is cook for him, and all he does is sit around the house. And so what does she do? She is in Sosua a lot of the times with the pimp. And again, just for those of you who are tuning in now, I'm not talking about pimps that put women on the street. I'm just talking about pimp, slang pimp, like, PIMP, like, the 50 cent slang. And I'm going to get to what a pimp is in a second. But a woman could be here, and she could have a really good man, and she likes him, and he's not giving her anything, and he's doing his hustle. He comes and he goes, and he doesn't mind that she's a working girl. Wait, I'm going off into the pimp now. Let me just stay on the simp. So there's a simp. He's like here. He has his woman, and he loves his woman to pieces, and she loves him. But then she starts to realize that he's not all cut out to what she thought he was and what he made himself out to be. So she realizes that she's stuck, and she's waiting for this mom to die, and she visits her old man, the ex dude that she was with before. And so she comes here to Sosua, sees him when he's in town, and then has a little dalliance with him and leaves. And he doesn't even pay her, because remember, a lot of pimps don't pay for intercourse here. They give in other ways, which I will get to. And she will, have a fun time with him, and then go back home to her man that is pretty much paying the bills, but he's not paying a lot of bills, and the bills she could pay for herself if she was back on the streets. But she's just holding out for the long haul, for the big downfall, right? And so that's what happens a lot. And then the simps get taken advantage of, and then they say, oh, we were building together. We were making a plan together. She's a liar. She hurt me. She didn't hurt you. You just didn't have what she thought would be able to help her. Everyone needs help around the world. And sometimes people focus on security before they focus on relationships, right? And that's just that. So simps now, I don't feel sorry for them. I don't. There's I don't know, maybe I do feel a little sorry for them. How could I not feel sorry for them? But they get themselves into some positions where they are, I don't know. There's simps with money, and there's simps with no money. Okay? So the simps with money, those are the worst. Oh, those are the ones I feel sorry for, because those are the ones that get themselves into stuff. The simps with no money, they end up feeling low about themselves. They start looking at the pimps, and then they start feeling like, oh my gosh, like they're not as good as the pimp, and they're going to lose their woman soon to a pimp or to a predator. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of simps here, but not as many simps as there are predators. And I gotta say, if you are a simp, you'll know it, because you will be taken advantage of anywhere around the world. And you probably are not even able to understand what's happening. Okay, so you have to know what you want, You can't just go for a pretty face. You can't just go for a sexy body. If you're looking for a long-term relationship, most simps are looking for a long-term relationship. Hold on, Noach. Most simps are looking for a long-term relationship. Most predators are not necessarily looking for a long-term relationship. They're just looking for a lot of intercourse at cheap prices. Okay, so these simps, if you're looking for a relationship, don't just go for a pretty face and a sexy body. You might have to go out to the countryside. And when I say countryside, I mean like Sabaneta. Write this down because these are places you can go to and get yourself a woman. Even if she is a working girl and she only comes here on the weekends, she doesn't want to. She'd rather stay in Sabaneta. So, Sabaneta, okay? Gaspar Hernandez. Where else? Veragua. Okay, these are places where you can go and you can find yourself a woman that may already have children, but she's more interested in staying home and cooking and relaxing, and she doesn't want the fast lifestyle. If you're a simp and you're looking to settle down with a woman here, that might have to be your option. Okay, now countryside is only 20 minutes away from Sosua. They have wonderful apartments out there, and they're a lot less expensive. You can get, they're also safe, just in case you're wondering about that. Safe area. So you're in good hands no matter where you go. But don't come here thinking that you can play with the big boys, because seriously, the I don't know. There are some big boys here, and there's a lot of kings here as well that will also overstep you. And especially if you are a simp that is not in the best of health, and you don't even have a lot of options back home where you're from, then you're just going to get caught up here. Big breasts, big butt, beautiful hair, beautiful smile. You'll get caught up. So you might just want to go around out of the tourist area. Now, going the other way, you can go to Montellano, like going towards Puerta Plata, also going towards, Costambar, Jessica, going towards Santiago. There's so many different places where you guys can go find a woman that has no interest in the fast life, has no interest in the bars, no interest in the clubs, but she'll go with you every now and again, and she will sit quietly and represent like a queen and support you and love you and appreciate you. And she will be in the countryside when you are back in your country, and you don't have to send her as much money, because you know why? Her grandmother might have diabetes, and you're sending enough money for her grandmother to get her insulin. And then also she might not pay rent because her family owns the property. Therefore, whatever money you send her is not going out anywhere. She's saving it, she's buying food, and she's preparing for you when you come back. A lot of you guys don't realize that there are women like that here. And you guys sit on the internet talking about how much you should pay and how much you shouldn't pay, and this woman, that woman, and Chapiadora. It's Chapiadora, I think it's called. Chapiadora. And they're not. They're not chapiadoras. The way if you are getting yourself into that situation, then you are not making the right choices. That's like me getting a Sankey Panky. Okay? And I've done it. So I'm not knocking you. But the women here are not, they're the majority. There is your average ones. I mean, obviously, you guys ran into them, but I'm just saying, most of the women, they want a happy life. They want a nice home. They want to get their hair done. They want to go to the salon. They want to get their nails done. And here, it's not that expensive to make sure that your woman feels and looks good. Doesn't take a lot. So for those of you who are not going above and beyond, that's why you're getting hurt, because you're not giving your woman what she needs. And why does she have to ask for money? And why are you getting frustrated when she asks? If you have it, you got to pay for what you got. I mean, you only pay for quality. You want quality, you got to pay for it. And that's that, and especially when you are walking down the street and you see the future of this place. Noche needs to go pee. I'm going to trust her. I'm going to let her go. on her own over there on the road and call her back. Go pee pee. Go. It's okay. Go. Go. Where's she gonna go? I might get interrupted in a second because I got to make sure I watch my dog. Oh my gosh, she's going over to the grassy patch. Oh, she's such a good girl. Hold on, I'm so sorry. I don't think she'll run away. Okay, so you got to pay for what is quality. You want something quality in life. You want a Jaguar, you got to pay for a Jaguar. You want a BMW, you got to pay for a BMW. And then after you pay that expensive price for that car, when you take it in for maintenance, it's always going to charge more as well. The parts are always a lot more expensive. So why are you thinking that anything is different with humanity? And it has worked its way out like that here for a very long time, but that's coming to a quick end. And that quick end is happening very, very soon because Sosua is building up. And people who don't really have the money to pay for the women here are going to have to go to other parts of the country. I'm not saying that the whole country is going to be like that, but I'm saying you simps don't expect to be coming here to Sosua as much and getting a woman that's going to be dedicated to you if you're not going to be treating her like the gold that she knows she's worth. Hold on one second. Noche? Hold on. Ben. I'm back. All right. So yeah, some of you guys may not see how the other part of the world sees you when you're like chit-chatting about whatever. Keep that on the WhatsApp groups. Keep it on the down low. You guys are destroying it for yourself by making videos like that. And you guys are destroying it for yourself by talking about it so openly. Because what's happening is you guys are getting the prices raised on you. And not only that, I don't know. Predators, you guys are ruining it for yourself. Now let's just get to the pimps. The pimps are my favorite. Not really my favorite. The kings are my favorite. But out of the category of the pimps, the simps, and the predators, I really understand the pimps a lot more. This is a pimp. He will come here. He's not looking for romance. He's not looking for a working girl to make his wife, but it could happen, right? A pimp can never become a simp because it's just a part of a mentality, right? And a pimp sometimes can be a predator. If he gets his eyes caught on one girl, he will be a predator on that one female because he feels like she is above standards, right? Above anyone else's standard. And so that's what he is going for. And he will become a predator for a reason, but not every day. He's your dude that sits back, laughs, enjoys himself. He'll pay for a woman if he has to. But women are just throwing the vagina at him because there's something special about him that they see. And they're just like, wow, he's special. And they just want to spend time with him in hopes that they can make him like their man. He usually looks good. Or he always looks good. Always smells good. I don't know, he hardly sweats. He's just like a pimp is like a pimp, and he's a hustler. And he has a lot of money in his pocket. And he can pay for his villa. He can ball when he comes down here. But he is not looking necessarily for a relationship. He's not looking to be taken for a ride either. He can't be taken for a ride. He just can't. He doesn't believe any of the stories that the girls give him. And the girls laugh with him. They smile and they don't even try to give him stories because they know that he is smarter than the average dude. And they know that they don't need to give him any story because he will hand her 1,000 pesos for nothing. He'll just say, here, take this. Go buy your mom something. Or here, take this. Go get the kids something. He'll just give her the money without even having anything with her. Because even though the word pimp from back in the day has a negative connotation to it, I'm just being, I'm just being cheeky with the word. But, they take care of people, like here, the ones that come here. So for me, the levels are at the top level king. The pimp is the next level. And the reason why I say the pimp is the next level is because he actually looks out for people here. He looks out for the ladies. He will always buy bananas off the girls. He will always buy avocados. He doesn't let anyone mess with anyone. And, he always has a good group of men with him. Always a good group of men that they're not all pimps hanging with him. But he usually has a respectful group of men with him. Most of them are simps. Pimps don't hang around predators. They don't respect the predators at all. They look at the predators as broke pocket, and they're like, "No, man, I can't be hanging around that dude." They just don't. And they might only hang around the predator for a moment to get some type of insight on what's going on, but after that, they have no time for them. I've had some people. I've had some. No, Noche, no. Gustavo just returned, and Noche's going crazy for him. She loves him. No, Noche, over here, sweetheart. No. Over there. Over there. You're gonna shake the table. Lay down, girl. Tranquila. Yeah, see? Tranquila. Even Gustavo had to tell her, tranquila. Noche doesn't realize that she's a YouTube dog. So she doesn't understand why everyone loves her and why everyone comes up to her in the street. So she just expects everyone to love her. All right, I digress. So now a pimp also is the type of person that will go and buy a pig and take it to the countryside and get it cooked up and just have a plate of food and let everyone else eat that. Kings do that too. So let's not get, you know what, I might as well do the kings in this video too, because I don't want you guys to think, well, that sounds like me, and you think I'm calling you a pimp. No, because king is a whole other class, okay? But a pimp will go to the countryside and he'll get a big pig, and then not only that, he'll give all the kids money too, and a pimp may not be loaded when he is in his country, but he saved up enough money to come here and roll and rock and just kind of live a really good lifestyle, and I get that, he's not cheap, and he'll go to the countryside. He will go to I'm so sorry. Hold on one second. He will go to the countryside and he will go to, Noche, come over here. There we go. She was breathing heavy and I got to get her some water. Nina, could I have some water for, you know what? Can I have a little, see? Oh, actually, you know what? I'll just give her this one. It's okay. Gracias. Hold on, guys. No. Good. Gracias. Noche, Ben? Good girl. She's a little thirsty. I'm glad I had the day today with her. Okay, so again, back to the pimps. So the pimps will ask you, how is your mom doing? To a Dominican. A pimp will say, how's your mom doing? And then the woman says, oh, she's sick. And the pimp knows that the mom's sick. The pimp doesn't say, oh, she's lying. She's only saying that to get money. The pimp realizes that the mother really is sick, and he says, here, take this for your mom. Okay, so does the king do that? And the pimp says, But the one thing about a pimp that takes him down from a category of a king is he doesn't respect women as much as a king would. Okay? I mean, he treats everyone great and his money goes a long way, but that is what he's using as his respect. You know, but out of the three categories, I vibe with the pimp category the most because they get it here. They understand. They're not trying to be cheap. They don't even care about gringo prices. They're like, how much is that? All right. And if I say to a pimp, oh no, it's not 500 pesos, it's only 200 pesos, he'll say, who cares? Give him 500 pesos is good. Right now, a king might not say that. A king might go with the good deals with me. But a pimp is just like, he's not just looking to get with a woman and just use her up. He wants to see her benefit. He will invest in her future. He doesn't want to marry her. Kings like to marry. But the pimps, he doesn't want to necessarily marry her, but he respects her and he respects her hustle and he will help her go through school. Or if she wants to start a business, he will help her by investing in her hair business or clothing business or whatever. But he's still using her up for intercourse. Um, and you know what? At the end of the day, a pimp, he doesn't care if a simp takes his woman because he knows that that simp is paying everything for the woman under the moon, sun, and stars, and the woman dips in with the pimp every now and again. I see it all the time. I see it all the time, whether the simp lives here or not. Especially the simps that are broke pocket. They have no money, and they whether I don't know, and I see it all the time, and she wants money, but she always goes back to that pimp that has that manly attitude. That is that provider. The provider is what women have always wanted in our life. That's what women go for, providers. And men, they go for beauty, right? And that's just what it is. But if you are not a provider and you are a builder and, it's impossible for you to provide, but you're looking to build, then you can't just be here in Sosua only. If you want to build with a woman, and you want her to work, then you're going to have to go outside of Sosua. Now, there are women living in Sosua, so you just have to make sure that you camp out in the places where the working women are in regards to working in banks and stores and stuff like that. Like, for instance, I know a guy that is just got an apartment for him, and I want to say his name, and I know he wouldn't worry if I did say his name, but I would consider him a king. He does cryptocurrency. He makes good money. Um, I'll just call him T. Hi, T. And he just rented an apartment from me. And he's going to be paying 1,100 a month for rent. And he found a woman here in Sosua. And, he comes all the time, back and forth, back and forth. Now he's leaving America for good because he can afford it. When he first got here, he was probably at pimp level, right? Just looking, he was like a king looking for a good time. And then he was like, no, he loves it here. And he found his woman and she works, I think she works in a bank. And him and I were sitting around with another guy and he said to the other guy, he said, I got a new woman. And the other guy's like, oh gosh, be careful, right? That was a predator that said that. And then T said, why? And he said, she's going to take you for everything you got. You got to make sure you get them cheap. You got to, and then this predator starts talking about how to keep a woman. Meanwhile, this king that just happened to be a pimp at the moment, he knows more about women than this guy, and this guy was here longer, yes, but this, T knows a lot more than the predator, just in general, common sense, right? And then he turns around and he's like, no, my woman works in a bank. Like, my woman works. And the predator said, oh, they all say that, until they start asking for stuff. And then T's like, so why wouldn't they ask for stuff? Why does a woman even have to ask for anything? I offer my woman everything. And then the predator went, oh, well, yeah, until they start asking for more. And then T said, well, Why would she ask for more if she has everything and I'm giving her more? Like, he brings perfume here for her, purses here for her, everything. And she is a solid woman, and she even pays for herself when they go out. Right? So I think that's pretty awesome. I think that's pretty cool. And, so now let's take it from pimp to a king. I said I wasn't going to talk about the kings, right? But let me get to the kings. The kings are my ultimate favorite. And even though, you know, the, I don't know, kings are amazing. They come here and they are looking to invest in business. Predators, simps, and pimps, they also like to invest in business too. Okay, so it's somewhere always, there's always different folds of every personality and everything. So I'm breaking it down as best, trying to crystallize it as best as I can. So, but there are different things that are going to melt over into the other categories. So a king, he's looking to come and invest. He might have children already wherever he's from. He might have been married already, but now he's divorced or broken up. He's not looking to cheat on his woman that lives wherever he comes from. A pimp might have a solid woman wherever he comes from and just come here for a good time. Okay? So then you have the king. He has no woman. He's single. He's looking to get married. He believes in the culture here. He sees that everything is rising. He sees it's a developing country, not a third world country. He sees that there is a lot here to gain and give as well. I mean, what you get back from what you give is like, they have this little saying in finances, high risk, high yield, right? So you may think you're risking something, but you're really not. You're going to get back a lot more than you give here in this country. And so with that being said, a king knows that. A king's like, hey, you know what? I have this. And a king doesn't necessarily mean he's rich or very, very wealthy. It means that he knows what he can invest in. He knows what he can get done. So he will come here and he will buy and he will build and he will get his wife and she will be a queen and he will support her and he will provide for her. And he knows that she doesn't need to go work because she'll make less money working. And yes, he does want her to give him his back rubs and his foot massages and cook and clean. Yes, he does want that from her because he can see that that is something that's been lost in the North American culture. A lot of women feel like they're bowing down to men when they do all that. Well, here, and I've learned a lot from the women here too. I mean, I'm not going to give my man an hour massage when I do get my man. But, I mean, I've never minded cooking and cleaning for a man, but, it is what it is. I've learned from the women here a lot. No, Shay, no. I learned a lot from the women here that they honor their man. They understand their man. And they give their man the benefit of a doubt. Like, they don't stay as angry as long as some of the people that I know from North America. They may get upset easily. They may get just as jealous just as quickly. I mean, women are women and men are men. We have territorial standards, right? So I'm not saying they won't get jealous, but I am saying they don't stay angry as long. And, they do know that cooking for their man is important. It's one of the first things on their mind. Like, my man needs to eat, and they look out for their men a lot. So kings understand that. Pimps understand that. And simps only want that. And predators don't care about that. So now back to the king. The king, he loves that his woman does that, but he will mirror that in other ways. He'll massage her once in a while too. And he'll rub her feet down, especially when she's pregnant. He's so proud of her. He does want to see her happy. King wants to see his queen smile. A king wants to see his queen be in a car or have her own pasola. Pasola is like a scooter. He does want to see her look good. He makes the appointments for her to go to the salons. I love it when kings contact me and they're like, Cerise, here's my woman's number. Contact her and ask her what she wants today. I've had guys, because, for instance, if your girlfriend has her birthday, right? You guys will contact me and be like, I want flowers delivered to my girlfriend, and this is her favorite type of cake. And I will set up a motoconcho. And I myself, because I respect kings and just beautiful relationships like that, I myself will go to the florist with my video camera. I mean, with my cell phone, and I will talk to you on WhatsApp, and I will say, here's your options of the flowers, or I will make sure that you get a good deal on getting a bouquet made for you. And then, if you're looking for chocolates, I will go to the grocery store and I will do this for you. Just because I love the fact that you are going above and beyond for your woman, for your queen. You're a king and you can't do it yourself here. So I have your back, and I will go to the grocery store and I will like choose chocolates that I think I would like myself, or like a present that I would like myself, or a perfume or something, right? And then I will get a delivery man to go deliver it at her home. And you kings love to surprise your ladies like that. Just a surprise. And the ladies love it. And for you simps and for you pimps, you guys might try that too. I mean, it doesn't hurt just to be like sending a gift to your girl at her work. Flowers, they are less expensive here for 12 roses. You don't even need to get 12 roses if you're a simp that doesn't have a lot of money, or a pimp that's broke, or, well, pimps usually aren't broke. But listen, if you're working on a budget, okay, you can get one flower delivered, and you can pay 100 pesos for a motoconcho, and your girl is at work or at home, and you have a flower delivered to her. That makes her feel special. That's going above and beyond. That's what kings think about. Not only that, kings will contact me when they're here, and they'll be like, Cerise, I'm looking for, this and that, like a private beach. I want to make sure on that private beach I have someone that's going to serve fish. I want to surprise my woman. And that's what a lot of kings do as well. They want to make sure that their queen is well fed, well dressed, smiling all the time, happy all the time, and they're not trying to do anything, and they're giving way more than 20, 30, 40 bucks for, the goods. They're giving a lot. And I'm not saying that kings have to give that much. What I'm saying is kings have a plan. They have a goal when they come here. They know what they want from people, and they want to give back. So kings are my top of my list. Like, amazing. I love the kings. But, you have to really choose what category you're going to be in. If you are a predator, then maybe you should just start respecting the women a little bit more. Show them love in other ways. If you can't afford, hey, if you're a predator and you just can't help yourself, then maybe kick in other ways. Bring down some gifts for the ladies. Go to the dollar store, buy some glasses, reading glasses, sunglasses, buy hair scrunchies for their hair, buy bras and panties. Come down with gifts. Treat the women nice. Don't just come down here and look for your cigars and look for cheap vagina. Like, how low class is that? And we see you. We watch you. And and buy a banana from the girls walking on the beach. Don't be like, oh no, I don't want it. You're bothering me. No, have some respect, man. And say, yes, how much is a banana? 5 pesos, 10 pesos, 15 pesos, 20 cents. And that will bring you, not only will that make you show that you have some compassion and you're not just a narcissist, but it also shows that you have some type of a love, some type of respect. You're giving back somewhere along the way, even though you're looking for, inexpensive intimacy, to say it nicely. You're still giving back. I see so many kings that kings will still indulge here. Don't get me wrong. Kings are not virgins. When they come here, they still indulge, and that's how they actually find their woman. And some of them don't mind if their woman was a working woman. They don't mind if they found their woman on the street either. As kings do indulge here. I'm not saying kings are innocent. And it doesn't mean that you're bad if you do indulge here. Let me just say that straight up, because I don't disagree with the lifestyle or whatever, what people come here for. But hold on one second. Go lay down over here. Over there. Go lay down. So You know, kings will recognize the struggle that the women have. Lay down, Noche. Kings will. Hold on, guys. Lay down. Oh, her water spilled. That's why. Lay down. So kings will recognize the struggle that women go through here. Predators won't recognize the struggle. I had a guy message me the other day, and I am going to call him out, but because he had so many other people have his same name. But just so he will know that I was serious yesterday when I cussed him out. I still love him. Never met him in person. He's a viewer. His name's Eric from USA, from Canada. He messaged me yesterday, and he's like, Cerise. Man, I can't even believe it. He said to me, Cerise, you know, when I go to the Dominican Republic, and he left me a voice note too. Eric, it was so stupid for you to do this. Anyway, he says, Cerise, I go to the Dominican Republic all the time, and I have my fun, and I meet a lot of pretty women. But why is it after, when I get home, I contact them and I ask them, how are they doing? They always ask for something. Did he forget where he's coming to? Did he forget that he came here because it's economical? Did he forget he came here because he can get cheaper intimacy with a Barbie doll? Come on. It's like you come here and you can rent a BMW for the night at the price of a K car, the price of a Chevrolet. You know what I mean? Like, and then you go back home and you don't appreciate that. And he's like, why is it that these women always need something? That's what he had the nerve to ask me. Why do these women always need something? Of course they need something. This is a developing country. It's not America. It's not Canada. There's no welfare system here. There's no old age security here. The older people rely on the younger people for their medicine. And I had to tell him, I was like, bro, don't contact me with this stupidness, this strippedness, as Jamaicans would say, this foolery. Why is he even making me take my time to listen to a 2-minute message? I didn't even listen to the rest of it. I took 2 minutes out of my life to listen to that foolishness on WhatsApp. I told him, do not message me with this garbage again. Give and give as much as you can. And if you can't give, say no. But don't judge. Don't judge. You know, say no. I try not to judge the predators. I try not to judge the people that get online and talk about these women here and call them by the name of a fruit. Or they say, oh, look at the women, and they show the women butts. I try not to judge, you know, but these are real women that I see with their mother, their father, their grandmothers. I see them with their children in Los Charamicos, and I see the reality of their life, and I see where they live, and I see that it is a struggle for them. And then I see the women here without their families, right? Like when they're working and they're with the men and they're just happy to be in a bar and eat what they want and drink what they want and not have to worry about the prices. And then all they want to do is just get a little something for their grandmother. Okay? Like, yeah, there are some people. Hola. Oh, muy bueno. I am good. How you doing?
Nice seeing you.
Good. Come say hi.
Hi, how are you, everybody? How are you?
Yeah.
Everything okay?
Yeah, this is Domingo. He is always here at Cheers, and he has a store across the street, Fruits.
Yeah.
So I see the barbecue is looking good.
Yeah, barbecue
Yeah.
looking
Are you
really good.
barbecuing every day?
Yeah, every day.
Okay. At a certain hour or
No, every day. You start like 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock
Every
all
day.
day long?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you.
See you.
All right. Bye-bye. So you guys can come on in here and talk to Domingo at Cheers Bar. He's well known here, and he's a respected father here. So the barbecue is just newly built here. So if you guys want to come and you want to get something barbecued, all you have to do is tell them what you want. I have a menu right here. I'm going to take home some barbecue food today as well. So yeah, okay. I just wanted to tell you guys as well, you know, you're ruining it for yourselves when you make those videos about talking about cheap vagina, because the president does not want that going on here at all. Like the president doesn't mind, I guess. I don't know, right? But the president is now seeing what's happening, and the president's like, nah, we're going to invest in Sosua. You guys can keep coming, and they're going to relocate everything and everything like that. But it's not going to be the same because you guys have been exploiting it, and you've been ruining it for the simps. The predators have been ruining it for the simps, and ruining it for the pimps, and ruining it for the kings, because you guys just are out of control. Now, I do want to say this. The predators are kind of, most of them for the most part, are unknowledgeable about the country and the people. They're not the ones that are going to go live in the hood. They're not the ones that are going to come here and live, you know, like amongst the locals. They're going to try to look for their gated community and take the women to their gated community every now and again. They're going to try to roll and ball and everything like that, and, on a budget. But because they can't live like that wherever they come from, they can do that here. Most of them are, just dipping in and dipping out. But there are some of them that live here on a pension, and they really aren't living the best lifestyle. And, so they're disrespecting themselves too at the end of the day. Their name gets thrown around like it's just a piece of lint. And the women know who they are, and they get talked about. So you guys, you predators, really got to be careful too. And most of you guys are people that I say hi to all the time. So I love you. But I'm just trying to give you a heads up that it's not the families that are coming in and ruining your playground, or the single women that are coming in here from around the world and ruining your program. It is you and your cheap broke butt, and you disrespecting the women. If I want to, keep it real at the end of the day. So try to be a king, like try to upgrade yourself and upgrade the women here too. Show them that they're worthy. Show them the prices are going to be going up soon. There's not much you're going to be able to do about that at all, because when it starts moving more and more from a developing country into a first world country, and it's going to be, in my prediction, within the next couple of years, things are going to be changed completely. You will want to be a part of that. You'll want to be a part of that growth, and you will be respected, and you'll represent yourself in a really good way. So what else? Let me look some of these messages here, because I want to make sure that none of you guys are cussing me out here. By the way, for those of you just signing in, I got my microblading yesterday. If you notice, there's something different here. Let's see here. Jay, how you doing? Clip the mic to your lapel. Jay, this is my mic. Sorry?
Say hello.
Hola, Yona. ¿Cómo estás? Take care, sweetheart. Gustavo's doing a lesson. But no, this is my microphone and also my phone. Don't control. If I put the microphone down, I know what to do with this microphone. Come on now. If I put it on my lapel, you're not going to hear me as much. There's a lot of motor controls around here. I'm in an open area. And if I want to make sure you guys hear me, this is what I'm doing. Don't you think my arm's getting tired after talking for an hour and a half like this? If I could have my microphone away from me, I would. My gosh, you guys. Ease, she's very beautiful. She is. She's gone now, but make sure you add her to your YouTube. I forget her name now. Darlene or something like that. Add her up. She's beautiful, and she speaks Creole on her channel. And then NFN, Peace Family. Hello, Horace. No direct flight from Atlanta to Puerta Plata. Oh, okay. Seems like I would have to fly into Santiago. Well, if you do fly into Santiago, you can take, what's it called? You can take a bus here for only 200 pesos. And that's $4. And it's a 2-hour ride here from Santiago. So what you do at the airport is you just take an Uber from the airport to the bus station, and you get to Caribbean Tours, and from Caribbean Tours, and the bus station looks just like how it looks in Toronto, even nicer. It's modern. It has signs and like above your head where you can go buy the ticket, and you just go in, and the buses run like I think maybe every hour or every half hour. And they're usually very much on time. Maybe 10 minutes late or whatever, but usually on time. And you just go straight from the bus station, and it brings you straight here to Sosua on the main road. And then from Caribbean Tours bus station, you can get in a cab, and it's only 5 minutes from where I am right now. In a cab, you pay like $10. So your total excursion would be from the airport probably under $15 to get here from Santiago. So don't let that stop you, unless you don't want to do all that after, traveling, and you don't want to be on the bus that long afterwards, right? Because especially if you took a 4-hour flight and then you got to leave the airport and then you got to go to the bus station, and traveling might not be your thing. But if you have a lot of energy and you don't mind boogieing, then why not save the money from Santiago? Now, there's another way you can get from Santiago to here, and that's $90 cab. Or you can take, with my drivers, it's $90, but you can get an Uber, and Ubers I hear are cheaper. So take that into consideration as well. Santiago's only 2 hours away. And a lot of people are waiting and waiting and waiting, and then all of a sudden they find that their flight is getting held over again and again and again, and then they shoot themselves in the foot, right? Because they feel that they could have just came a lot earlier before everything closed down. I don't think the Dominican Republic is going to close down again like it did before for 3 months last year. But I heard that Toronto is going to be going through a fourth wave. I mean, and they're going to be closing everything down. Imagine, like, I don't know, but imagine another wave, and it's being predicted for September. It's a little phony in my opinion, but it's all right. It's not for me to talk about that. I'm just happy to be here with no mask and enjoying life, which I suggest some of you guys should do instead of waiting on the government to get things right in the other parts of the world. Just get on your flight, get down here, and if you don't have a direct flight and you have the energy to get around, then just do it. It's not a problem. Go to and also Santo Domingo. For those of you who don't know, Santo Domingo is only 3 hours away from here. And it's 400 pesos for the bus, and that's $8. And the buses are very modern. They have air conditioner. The only thing I would say about the buses is make sure you have a long sleeve on. Make sure that you have a jacket of some sort, because if you just come here and you're like, oh, it's Dominican Republic, it's so warm, I don't need, a jacket or anything, and you put your suitcase down below in the bus, you're going to be cold. Because the air conditioning on the bus is on point. I was cold. I put my arms inside my sleeves when I went to Santo Domingo on the bus. Now they do play a movie on the bus, and it's in Spanish, so you can practice your Spanish. If you don't have, Spanish, and you don't know Spanish, then just watch it on your own cell phone, or just keep busy on your cell phone, or read a book. You can charge your cell phone on the bus as well. They have USB ports. And it's a comfortable ride. It's a quick ride. And why wouldn't you do that? Just to get here sooner before the world closes down. You guys, it's important for you to know what your options are. And don't be turned away or, discouraged. Hold on. Someone was just calling me over there, but they noticed I was on a live to air. So yeah, don't be discouraged just because there's no direct flights. Horace, I understand you know here very well, and my information right now may not help you, and you might just be one of those people that just like your direct flights, and I understand that very much. But for those of you who don't mind, diverting a little bit and doing a little bit of other things, you'll be safe to do it, especially if you're a single woman or a single person, single traveler, a single man, even if you've never been here before. You can do it. You really can. You got this. And don't wait on the world to close down and then you're like kicking yourself in the butt for not coming. If you don't get a direct flight here, then and you're only getting one to Santo Domingo and you're only getting one to Santiago and you want to get to Sosua, no problem. Hey, even if you don't want to travel alone, Gustavo, my buddy over there, who's a Spanish teacher, you throw him, a few thousand pesos, right? I wouldn't know how to put a price on it, but I would have to say throw him at least $80, 4,000 pesos to make it worth his trip. And he'll go to Santo Domingo and wait for you at the bus station and pick you up and come back with you on the bus if you need an escort, someone that you just want to feel more comfortable with. But if you're going to do that, you might as well just pay for the cab. Okay, just to let you know that, because flights are getting canceled like crazy. And if you're coming down here and you're worried about your flight getting canceled while you're here, that's another story. I don't have any suggestions for that except to just get ready to maybe do some boogieing when it comes to replanning a flight and maybe getting another airline provider. A Canadian had his flight. He was supposed to leave last Thursday, and they canceled his flight at the last moment. And they don't have any more available until September. So you do want to be careful about that. That has nothing to do with the Dominican Republic. That's Canada. And I'm very shocked at that. And a lot of Canadians are very shocked at that too. They don't know what's going on from day to day. And the tides are turning because here everything is stable. And we may not know what's going on from day to day around the world or even here, but the curfew's cool now. Like we can go in the house after 12 o'clock. Everything's opened up. I heard that the disco in Playa Chiquita opened up the other day. And like amazing. Restaurants are all open. So I think that you guys are safe to come here and, plan for the long haul. Why not stay a month? Even if you've never been here before and you've done all your research. If you work online and you get yourself into a nice Airbnb or something, stay. With me, I don't work with people unless it's a month anyway or more. If you're looking for a day, I can perhaps suggest where you can go, but or a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I can suggest where you can go, absolutely, and I would love to do that. So give me a shout. My number on WhatsApp is 829-702-7726. Don't call me because I don't have a private, secretary. I don't have a personal assistant. I do everything on my own because I really like to keep it personal with you guys. When you guys contact me on my WhatsApp, I like to leave a voice note. I don't want to have people to represent me. I want to be the one to contact you guys back. So I may not contact you within a 24-hour period. I might get back to you within 2 days or 3 days, something like that. So don't call because chances are I'm not going to answer and I don't want you to be frustrated. Just leave me a voice note on WhatsApp or leave me a text message with your name, what you're looking for, how long you're staying, what your budget is. And if you're looking to buy something, then contact me with what you're looking for to buy and in what area. A lot of you guys will contact me and you don't even say hi. You don't say my name is blah, blah, blah. You just say, I'm looking for an apartment. And I'm like, uh-oh, this is a predator. I'm joking. Kings will do that too, right? But no, you guys just got to come at me with a lot more information so you're not wasting your time, because when you do contact me and it does take me 2 days to get back to you and all I'm reading is that you want an apartment, I don't know what else you want. So I will get back to you and I'll say, okay, what is it that you like? What is your budget? What area? How many rooms? Do you need a pool? Do you want air conditioning? If you want something economical, is it okay if it's outside of Sosua? Do you want Cabarete? You know what I mean? So I get back to you with a whole bunch of questions if you're very evasive, because I can't work with you unless I know what you want. I just don't want to send you listings. And a lot of you guys say that to me too. A lot of you guys will say, just send me something. And so what I'll do is I'll send you my playlist, because I do have a playlist on my channel called Dominican Rentals. And I'll just send you that playlist. But I don't even know what's available on that playlist, because those are not my apartments. And I have hundreds of videos, hundreds of options. And, it could be that that apartment's not available. And you might get back to me and say, hi, I like this video. I like that apartment. Can you book it for me for October 20th? And meanwhile, someone just signed a lease for it September, right? You get what I'm saying? So I can't promise that. I always need a lot of detail. When you tell me what your budget is, if you tell me your budget's 1,000, I'm not going to look for a place that's 1,000. I'm going to look for a place that's like 500, 600, 700 with what you want, because I do want to, under promise and over deliver. That's my thing. I really want to do that. So, I need more information when you contact me, and then you won't waste your time, because then when you do get back to me, you might say, well, I want this and I want that. And then it takes me another 2 days to get back to you, or 3 days to get back to you. And when we could have got all that dealt with out of the gate from your first message, detail, give me details. That's it. Your name. You don't need to say, hi, Cerise, how are you? Don't do that in the first message at all. I'm always good. And when I'm not, I'll let you know on my YouTube channel. Right? You can say, hi, Cerise, how are you? But put all the rest of the information in right after that. Don't wait for me to get back to you. Just don't, because you're wasting your time. Okay, I'm just trying to keep it real. So get to me and, Cerise, how are you? This is what I want. Bam, put out your wish list and let me know everything. You might not get everything on your wish list. I might come back at you and say, I don't have that right now, but I have this. Right? And then that's when the magic starts to happen. And then that's when, bam. I mean, the most favorite deals that I close are the ones that are within a couple of days. You know what you want, I know what I can give, and we work together, and it's amazing, amazing. You come here, and then you already have your research done by all the vloggers that you watched, and you're good. Whether you're a predator, a pimp, a simp, or a king. Now, I will say this. Predator is kind of harsh for most of you. So I apologize. I just couldn't think of any other word. And yeah, on the beach the other day when I had that older man come up to me and try to predator me, 49-year-old woman, I was like, oh, dude, you're going too far now. Come on. Like, that's where I came up with the word from that guy. So not all you guys are complete predators. I just want to let you know that. Okay, I apologize if the heart word's a little harsh. I still love you very much. And I still want you to come. LJ, hola Cerise, hola. Solo JFT. The rental units may be cheaper in the Dominican Republic, but the rest is more expensive, or just as expensive in the States. I'm Canadian and I do pay here, but you gotta know how to shop. That's what I'm here for. If you're coming for a month, the only way it would be more expensive is if you were going to like the places that are geared to serve tourists, right? But once you get here, you go to the farmers markets and you get your meat, you get your cheese, you get your eggs, and also farmers and vegetables, your fruits, and you get all that outside of Sosua. And your bread, you go to the bread factory, and it's only 15 minutes outside of Sosua. Now, you don't even need to have to go. You don't have to go by yourself. You can get one of my motoconchos to go for you, and they will go do the grocery shopping for you. Of course, you have to pay them a little extra money, but yeah. Or you can get a driver for take a motoconcho to the grocery store, and then you take a driver back for like $10 taxi. Taxis are cheaper here. Motoconcho transportation is cheaper here. Renting cars are cheaper here. But where it does get expensive is if alcohol is cheaper here. Let's just break this down a little bit, because it can be expensive if you're shopping in places like Playero. If you're shopping in like international grocery stores, okay? of course, it's going to be more expensive. But if you go right across the street right here to Domingo's fruit shop, you're going to buy your fresh bananas, your mangoes, whatever fruit is in season. Okay, bananas are in season all year round, and it's really great for potassium here. You guys should always have one in you at least. I still have to do that myself. But yeah, you guys just really need to shop properly. That's it. And why wouldn't you? If you're coming here to save money on rent, and you're coming here to save money on land, you're coming here to save money on everything else. Now, I will say what is the same: clothing. Clothing is expensive here. Now, there's a lot of La Pugas, and I shop in La Puga. La Puga is a secondhand store, and that's a good place to go to get, like, if you're just looking for things, especially for friends and family here, or if you're just, especially if you came here only for a week and you're much like a lot of people that come here and they end up staying for a couple of months. You don't have any shorts, you don't want to go to Santo Domingo or Santiago or Puerta Plata. You just want to stay here. You can go to La Puga. I know a lot of you guys don't want to wear secondhand clothes, and you probably are thinking, ooh. But no, it's not like that, because the foreigners leave the clothes here. And a lot of foreigners, they leave brand new clothing here. Most of the clothing even still have tags on it. Sometimes they bring clothing down for people, and people don't want the clothing. They want the money, so they'll sell it. And so if you go into La Puga, it's right here on Pedro Clisante. It's up near Envy. Okay, for those of you who don't know where Envy is, then just tell people you want to go to L-A, Pulga, P-U-L-G-A. And in there, you can find an array of like shorts, and most of them are all of them are brand name. Oh my gosh, Adidas, everything, especially men really make out well in that place. There's exercise stuff, there's shorts, there's jeans, there's sweaters even, and that's like winter sweaters. And there's always a good deal. Now, La Puga is not as cheap as Toronto, but it is definitely less expensive than buying a pair of jeans here. So in like the regular stores. So yes, clothing is more expensive. Toothpaste is the same price. Chicken is now going up in price. The products are going up in price. They are. And that's why I encourage you guys to get to know some Dominicans, get into the Dominican local neighborhoods, and some of those women that you call mangoes. That's got to stop. My gosh, the brothers and the sisters and the uncles and the aunts and the children and the grandmothers and the grandfathers where I live, they're like, mango? The Dominicans, they're like, mango? Why are they calling women mangoes? It's kind of cute, but kind of silly too. Because there's no code word. Just call them ladies. That's what they are. They're women with souls and hearts, minds, and they're probably smarter than you. Not probably. Most times they are. And that's why you call them chapeadoras, because they take advantage of you, because they're smart. They're intelligent. They're business women. That's why this country is growing so quickly from a third world country to a developing country. It's a developing country right now. And with our president that we have here, shouts out Luis Abinader, and our mayor, Willie, with what's going on here, wow, it is growing very beautifully. I would encourage you guys, if you are going to take the bus. Hey, Ken. How are you? Good. Can you come say hi? Can you come say hi quickly? To YouTube. I just want to introduce you quickly. Guys, this is one of the best musicians here. Right here. This is Ken Logan, right?
Yes, Ken Logan.
Ken Logan. And he has, what days are you here performing?
Monday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
And you just created a new band?
Yes, Mondays and Thursdays.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
some locals. Very,
Yes.
very talented. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
Huh?
It should be fun.
Yeah, awesome. And are you open to other places if someone wants to have you come perform?
I have bookings in the future, yeah. But right
Yeah.
now, there's not enough people waiting for high season.
Okay.
Ready to go.
Awesome.
Cabarete, Puerta, Plata.
Yeah. All right. So he's all over, guys. Great guitarist. Come on into Cheers on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Awesome. Thank you. You're welcome. Guys, get in here. I love the band here. Oh my gosh. And now he just created a new band with one of the singers here, a Haitian young lady. Young, beautiful, and oh, can she just wail. Her vocal cords are amazing. She sings that song, Hallelujah. You know, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. That song, she can sing that better than the singer themselves. Okay. Ah! Noche. Oh, I scared her. Lay down. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Maybe it's going to shake a little bit right now, but we're going to wait. Just want to show you guys over there what's going on, where I'm at right now. So yeah, forgot what I was talking about. Let me just look at another question here. TMI. Hey, TMI Santiago. We have a pimp in the house. I'm joking. I'm joking. We have a king. TMI. Make sure you guys check out his channel. I think TMI. I don't watch your channel enough to know myself. I love you. You know I love you. I always see you here. I consider you one of the locals, like one of the expats here. I don't know if you're here full time, but I do see you here all the time. You guys can find TMI at Flip Flop. You guys can find him even just walking. He's on these streets like I am a lot of the time. He's not a stranger here, and he's very approachable. So make sure you go up and say hi to him. Go on his channel and check him out as well. TMI, I want you to come in on my book. I'm writing a book, Pimpology versus Simpology. I would love to hear your take on it, you know, from a king's perspective. Okay, let's see what other comments we have here. Solo, JFT. The women also, they want tips and booze, food, etc. Are you a simp? Maybe a little bit. The food here for like a nice meal, a pasta is like 300 pesos, 400 pesos. That's $8. It's not like a $24 meal. And usually people will complain about buying the ladies' things because they're being taken advantage of. That's why I asked if you're a simp. You know, predators will pay. Predators, they want something, they're going to pay. Like, they'll buy you a beer, they want to get you drunk. You know what I'm saying? But they just don't pay for the intimacy for some reason, because they want to go from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman. They're not here for a relationship. They're not here for anything else. They are here primarily for the playground. And I don't fault them. Again, I'm not judging them. And I mean, I got to respect a person that knows what they want, right? Not respect a person, but I got to take my hat off to people that know what they want, right? You know what you want. You just don't want a relationship. You might have a woman at home. You might not. You might be an older person and you just want to get your rocks off every now and again. And that's fine. This is not judging you. All I'm saying is you guys will buy beer. You guys will buy them food. You guys will, you know, get their hair done for them every now and again and take them out and get their nails done. Predators will do that. But then you guys do want someone to break you off every now and again with some free services. So yeah, I mean, you know, if you find a woman that you like, and if you're not just into the one night stand or the 1 hour stand with her and you want to invest in her, maybe take her out for a meal. You know, maybe take her to a Dominican restaurant where you're going to be able to buy a cheaper meal if you're working on a budget. You know, 150 pesos, 175 pesos. You're looking at like $3.50 for a lot of rice and meat. And, you know, I don't think that's so bad. Beer is kind of expensive now. The beer prices are going up, so just get her some Brugal. Dominicans love Brugal, and it's rum and it's cheap. You have different classes of Brugal. You have XKB, Exquive, I think it's called. You have extra viejo, that's extra old rum, and then you just have the regular one, and you can really cut your costs that way. And have her come to your house and cook for you, your Airbnb, and cook for you. You save it that way as well. And let her take the food home after she cooks it to her family. Why wouldn't you want to feed someone? Why wouldn't you buy them food? And if the women want that, it's because they are getting cheaper. They're getting ripped off. Of course they want a little meal because they know that they're giving you their goods, their coochie, their cookie, their sacred Pandora's box for $40. And they know full well around the world the women are getting paid a lot more than that. In Colombia as well. And these women here are gorgeous. Dominican women. You might be like, oh, well, if they raise the prices, I'm going to the Philippines. Go. Or I'm going to Thailand. Go. It's not going to be like coming here, just a few hours away from where you are. And, and then, or you might say, I'm going to Colombia. Well, Dominican Republic, Colombia, not the Dominican Republic. And you know that. So if you want respect from these ladies, because not only are you taking their time and their energy and their Pandora's box, but they will help you. They will help you if you pay them a little bit more. I'm going to give you a little story how I sometimes hustle. Not on the streets, but I'll hustle for a good deal. So this happened yesterday. I'm on my way to Puerta Plata. We go over, my friend and myself and two women. I'm taking them to a clinic so one woman can get eyebrow microblading like I got, and then another woman was getting another procedure done. So we go over to the public car. Now the public car is across the street from Texaco, and it's like Uber Pool. Now you can pay 60 pesos or 50 pesos, which is like $1, and it will take you all the way to Cabarete, or it will take you into the other direction going to Puerta Plata. Can't go wrong. Great deal. Wonderful. But sometimes, because it's Uber Pool, right? It's not called Uber Pool. I just call it Uber Pool because people pool together in one ride. And people get out when they need to, or they get in when they need to. Well, I like to strike up a deal with those drivers, and I say, it's myself and my two friends. How much is it just to go? We'll pay double the price. Now, double the price should be like about 500 pesos, right? So that's like $10. So yesterday, the one guy, he looks at me and he's like 700 pesos, but I know it's 500, right? And I'm like, oh, dude, come on. And he's like, what? And I'm like, no, that's okay. So I just left, right? He wasn't trying to gringo me or anything. I mean, he was just trying to get a couple of more bucks, and I could understand, and there's nothing wrong with that. And so I was like, all right, but my friends, I wanted to show them that they could get it at a more reasonable price. Me, I would have just been, okay, come on, guys, and just pay the whole rate. But I wanted to get it at a better price and show them that they could do that. So we went around in front of the police station. There is a car depot there. Now there's a place where you can get a public car in front of Texaco gas station. For those of you who come, Texaco gas station, you can't miss it when you're in El Bate. That's where you go and you get the main car. It's like the depot. But then a little bit down, a walking distance in front of the police station, you can also get into cars going towards Puerta Plata. Okay? I think they're going to play some music. Wait, 5 minutes? Just for my live tear. Sorry, honey. What do you have things in your eyes? Mm-mm. No? Mm-mm. Those are your natural eyes? Mm-hmm. You're kidding me. Beautiful. No, Che, get down. Beautiful, Nina.
This is girl, boy?
Yeah, girl.
¿Cómo se llama? Nombre.
Noche.
Noche.
Sorry, guys. I got them to stop the music, so I'm going to make sure I end within like 5 or 10 minutes. Because it is Saturday, and Cheers Bar is awesome for me when I do my live to airs. They accommodate me, and I just want to say thank you to everyone here for doing that. I just got something in my eye, so it's watering a little bit. So you guys can get the public car in front of the police station, and that will take you straight to Puerta Plata. Yesterday, I said to the guy, "How much?" And he was like, "Just give me what you want." He's like, "You know the prices," and I'm like, "Really?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I said, "You give me a price," because I didn't want to hustle him that much. You know what I mean? And he's like, "Okay." And he knows that I know that it's 60 pesos, 50 pesos a person. And he's like, "Just give me 100 pesos each person. There's three of us. So that's 300 pesos to go all the way from Sosua in a car to go to Puerto Plata, 20 minutes away. That's $6. Like, who can take a taxi anywhere in Toronto for $6, right?" So when we arrived there to the clinic in Puerto Plata, he took us straight to the clinic by Bornagal Hospital. We each gave him 200 pesos. So he got $12, which is still good. And it's more than what he would have gotten for the ride if the whole car was taken up. Right. And I mean, that was really good. I forgot why I brought that topic up, but I forgot now. In any case, I just gave you a little gem of information. You guys can do that. And I would encourage you guys to do that. Definitely, please. Let me look at the comments. Maybe I'll remember why it was that I brought that up. Omar, NYC, New York City in La Casa. Good afternoon, Omar. Deborah, I'm so glad you're not an airhead, Cerise. Oh, I don't know about that one, Deborah. Sometimes I'm joking. I consider myself a queen. I consider myself business minded. I consider myself a person that, can get myself around streetwise and everything like that. And that's why I feel confident in bringing you guys here. That's why I feel confident that I got you. I network like, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how busy I am for you guys. And, sometimes I get so excited when I hear you guys say to me that you're staying longer, and you worked it out somehow. Even Rafael Gomez, who was watching earlier, he was here for, I guess, 2 weeks. And then he's like, "I extended my stay for a week." I hear that so often. And he didn't get any help from me. He's already a veteran here. But I'm just saying, when I hear that from you guys, I know you guys are stable and you're secure and you get the vibe about what's going on here. Let me see what's going on. TF, why would a consumer want to pay American prices for anything in a third world country? Because TF, it's not a third world country. And you're not really paying American prices. It's American companies that charge American prices here. So Crest and Colgate, there's nothing we can do about that if Crest and Colgate doesn't want to decrease their prices in a country that's developing. That capitalism comes from America. Okay? I don't know of any Canadian products here. I don't know of any Canadian products in Canada. Okay, so America is the empire and they do most of the distribution around the world. Now, if you go buy toothpaste that is made here in Santo Domingo, of course you're going to get it cheaper. But most foreigners don't want to go and buy a soap or a shampoo or, a product that they don't know. They identify with, whatever. I've been here for 3 years and I still use the same conditioner that I used when I was in Canada. I've tried the shampoo here and I've tried the conditioner here and, it doesn't work any differently, but I still, sorry about that. Am I getting a good live feed still, guys? Let me know. I still gravitate towards the products that I'm familiar with. So yeah, I choose to pay that extra money, but I know where I can go and get cheaper stuff like Pert Plus. If I wanted to use Pert Plus, it's cheaper here. Remember Pert Plus from back in the day? Stuff like that. And, so people do want to use the products of the modern day type of thing. And that's where you're going to get more of the hit. But, it's not that you're being charged American prices for Dominican products. No, you are being charged the equivalent of the product. So if you go to Jumbo here in Puerta Plata, you think Jumbo's going to decrease the prices just because they have a business here? No. Careful the table.
We don't finish now.
I'm going to be finished in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I bring you. I put
Home?
the trailer, I let you bring you.
I have Noche with me.
You can go. Yeah?
Oh, I've never been on a bike with you yet. I don't know how safe your bike is. And I don't have my helmet today.
You go to your house.
After this, I'm going to have a bite to eat.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you finished work right now?
Yeah.
Give me 5 minutes. We'll chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I'm looking forward. I miss you. Yeah. Gustavo and I are gonna chill, but yeah, guys, like we can't help if it is more expensive here. Felicia Jordan, or is it Felicia? I grew up with a Felicia and a Felicia. Wait, you're gonna see Gustavo in a second, Noche. Hello, how are you? RH, you have tears there. Sorry, why are you crying, sweetheart? And yo yayo at TF, it's called Charity with Dignity. What's Charity with Dignity? Ooh, I think I like that. Not sure. And then we have Van. Rent a woman who lives in Sosua, a villa, and go back to US. Are you joking right now? Rent a woman who lives in Sosua, a villa. Did I say rent a woman? I don't think I said rent a woman at all. And I don't think I said that. That doesn't sound like my words. But if I did say that, let me retract those words. I would say guys come here and rent a villa and they get a few women and they do their thing, but then there's guys here that don't. I don't know. I think you have to explain yourself a little bit more. Just let me know exactly what page you're on because I want to be clear with you. Then we have Big Marcus. What are those eyes about? And then we have Van, simp with no money. Oof, a simp with no money. Yes, they come down here with money. And then they decide to stay after they find their woman. So they get their woman and they come down here and they're balling when they first get down here. And then let's say, let me give you the perfect example of what always happens with a lot of simps. So they're lonely in Canada or America or wherever. And then they save up enough money to come here for a year, 3 months, 1 month. And they get here and they find a woman and maybe at the moment she thinks, oh my gosh, he's great because he takes her out, he buys her things, he's living in a really nice apartment, an Airbnb that he rented, and it's a nice upscale place, and she's impressed. She thinks that's what her man is all about, even when he's from North America or wherever around the world where he's from. Meanwhile, in North America, he lives in probably just a little room in his mom's house or whatever, right? And he really saved a lot of money to come down here and live a good life, only to live a good life, not to find women or be a predator, and so he gets down here and he finds a woman and he falls in love with her. Then he decides to just, treat her to gold and silver. And then all of a sudden he falls in love with her so much that he decides to stay a little bit longer and he works it out. And he starts budgeting. And then when he starts budgeting, that's when he starts to get broke because he's still spending money on her. And she doesn't understand that they have to downgrade. They have to downsize. And she wants that man that she met a month before who's pampering her so much. She didn't agree to get with a guy that is, maybe not as affluent as she thought he was. You get what I mean? So then he falls in love with her and he's so much in love with her and, she likes him too. But then what happens is she decides that she cares for him, but she still misses her pimp. So she'll go back to him every now and again. Even though the pimp doesn't want her because he's not looking for a wife, he will, kind of be with her and make her feel like she's okay again. I don't know how to explain it, but sometimes the woman just wants to go back to that man who really does have it, but really doesn't want her, and he's not faking. He's not pretending that he has more than what he has. He's just not interested in a long-term relationship. The simp might try to come off like he has more, but he just can't afford it. And TF says, simps are prey. What would you rather be, a predator or prey? Predators can become simps. And they do quite often. They fall in love once they do find that woman. And then that's even worse because, they get caught up. But you are right. Initially, what would you want to be? A predator or a simp? Yeah, I get that. That's a very good question. I love that. I love that turn of words right there. Good for you, TF. And then Van says the definition of a simp is one who pays for way more than they get in return. Yes, I would say that too. And some of them are broke and then they can't do it. And then the women go to their original guy. Van, you do not know the definition of simp, Cerise. No, I don't. All I know is that they're sensitive guys that get used up. That's all. They get used up and they start crying and complaining and, calling people down. Meanwhile, it's because they're giving, more than they can afford most of the time. And then they start hating on the woman because they can't afford the woman. Or they start getting angry at everyone here because they feel like they're being hustled once they get to a point of that nature. So no, you are 100% correct. I am not the philosopher of simps. I can only tell you what I see here. And I just learned the word in like early 2020. No, late 2020. So yeah, you are right. You got me on that one. I don't date simps myself. I can't.